welcome back to Sky Sports News and welcome live to Hamburg as we're counting down to the big fight. David Haye against Wladimir Klitschko. We've had the weigh-in today. Now we're going to get into a different kind of analysis from the way we usually do. Just to recap the top stories tonight, Andy Murray has been knocked out of Wimbledon. He's lost in 4 sets to Rafa Nadal. I wonder if he'll jet out here as a big boxing fan. He could be coming to the fight now. And England have lost the second one-day international to Sri Lanka up at Headingley. The series is now squared at 1 apiece. But I was thinking to myself as I came out here this week, the best kind of analysis that we ever do pre-fight doesn't occur in the television studios, it doesn't occur in the newspaper offices, it often occurs in places like this, the bars of downtown hotels, of fight venues, where we get world champions, past and present, we get broadcasters, promoters, top journalists, all assembled. We often have fascinating chats, and everyone's ideas bounce off each other. It can make for very interesting discussions indeed. But let's get straight to it then. Let's get mingling in here amongst these guys on the top table, as it were. We've got Barry McGuigan, the former world featherweight champion, Glenn McCrory, former world cruiserweight champion, Jim Watt, former world lightweight champion. Let's just reflect on the weigh-in a little bit, gentlemen. David Haye came in at 15 stone, 2 3/4 pounds.
Predictable.
You think, but that's a big weight differential. If there's a big difference in the skill set, maybe you can bridge it, but is there such a big difference in the skill set here?
Well, to be honest, Craig, this was always to be expected. We thought he was going to come in around 15 stone. He came in at 15, 2 3/4, almost 15-3. We always knew there was going to be 2 stone and a little bit of an advantage. That's not something that we thought wasn't going to happen. The big issue is, can he make it? Can he use it to his advantage or to his disadvantage?
Definitely. Speed, what David Haye needs in this fight. He's not going to match Wladimir Klitschko for power or anything like that. He's going to match him for speed. Speed is the key, and he's got it in abundance. So if he comes in light, then that's the key. All he's got to do is hit him on the chin. He will hit him on the chin.
I think David was surprised he was 15 stone 2. I think he expected to be lighter, and he said that since. So that suggests to me there's no way he's going to lock horns with Wladimir Klitschko tomorrow night. He's going to do it on the move, he's going to have raiding tactics, but I just hope he goes for it every single round. I feel that...
we just have a bit of fun here, Jess. We've got these canapes here. I wonder if we could just stage the tactics a little bit. I wonder if we say, no, keep that on.
Just take it and we'll have a better ring.
Say this is...
That's the ring.
So that's the ring. Say that's Wladimir Klitschko here.
David Haye there.
I don't know, David Haye here.
That's the referee.
Put that away. Here's David Haye, right? So, and Jim and I had this discussion the other day, right? Jim said there's every chance in this game that he's going to back up, and that might be the case because we never know what sort of a carry-on Adam Booth that he has these funny tactics up his sleeve.
So who's that? Who's that?
Stop it, you just behave yourself. Stop it. So anyway, my attitude is that he's got to be in the middle of the ring. Right. He's got to back Klitschko up, he's got to cut the ring down, every time he steps that way, and he's got to put him under pressure, he's got to fight at greater pace than he's ever fought at before, and he's got to have a higher level of concentration, Craig. This is, I believe, the only way he can win this fight is to come forward, not to back up.
Barry, since he moved into the heavyweight division, he's never claimed the centre ring. Didn't even do it with Audley Harrison. He fought Audley Harrison on the move, he fought Valuev obviously on the move. John Rees, he did not claim the centre ring against John Rees. He's powerful, but he's quick. I do not expect
Jimmy,
I expect him to frustrate.
He has to take this fight. He has to hurt him in the first round. He has to hurt him. He has to take the initiative.
And he's not going to do that.
He has to be. He has to be a bit of chocolate, and he has to go.
I expect
This is descending into fast. One question for you, Glenn. At the face-off today, was David Haye in any way phased? Wladimir Klitschko
Not at all. David Haye was fantastic. He was lovely. He was relaxed. He was truly. He believes, and I know. I've been with his friends today. I've had their texts. He believes he's going to knock Wladimir Klitschko, and I believe it too.
You the same, Jim?
I know he has the power. Well, I cannot forget how difficult it is to catch Wladimir on the chin. Wladimir has a crystal chin. He calls it that himself. He knows he cannot afford to take chances. He's going to be ultra careful tomorrow night. He's going to try to get the centre of the ring and use the jab to break Haye down. Haye is difficult to catch, but Wladimir is even more difficult to catch. I tilted slightly with Wladimir at the start of the whole thing, and I'm just going to stick with him. I just think he's going to find a way to get David under control. David has the power in any round to knock him out. I know it can happen. I hope it happens, but I think it's just so difficult to catch this big fella on the chin.
Thinking about stadium fights here, you fought Howard Davis at Ibrox Park. You had your world title night in a marquee in Stanley, your hometown, which was great. You, of course, at Eusebio Pedrosa at Loftus Road. How different is it getting into a football stadium as it is from a normal venue?
I mean, that's an interesting. It's interesting because when I fought Pedrosa, the first time I fought outside, and we trained outside to deliberately prepare for it. And I remember walking into the arena and feeling that the atmosphere wasn't quite as good as it would have been like for you in the King's Hall and Calvin Hall.
To hold the atmosphere, yeah.
The noise was going up in the air, but it still felt, because I fought 15 rounds and so did Jim, it felt good in the later rounds.
Gents, we'll have to leave it there. I'll let you continue the discussion. We'll come back to it in a minute. Let's go and meet some promoters, some movers and shakers of the boxing world. We've got Robert Diaz here of Golden Boy Promotions in America, Dave Caldwell, who's head of boxing for Haymaker, Callis Ireland of Ireland Promoters, who are David Haye's German promoters, and Adam Smith, the head of boxing at Sky Sports. Very curious what you guys are probably talking money, right?
We're not. We're talking tactics, actually.
Well, tell me, Adam, you know, it's your first sort of 6 months or so in this executive job. You've been in boxing as long as I have, longer than I have, 16 years. Was it a culture shock once you started brokering deals and getting involved in deals like this?
Dealing with these guys?
Yeah, exactly.
It was different, and I think that, you know, I think the thing about us is that we're all fight fans, but, you know, there's decisions to make, there's business to deal with. And,
we get flack for not putting these fights on, don't we? Everyone's trying hard.
Listen, Haye Klitschko was a hugely difficult fight to make, you know, and many people had, you know, involvement in it, from Bert Monte to Adam Booth to Shelley Finkel to Richard Schaefer, who works with Robert, and you know, it was tough to make it, but it's been made. It's 24 hours away, and every one of us is excited as every fan here.
Callie, you told me an interesting thing before we came on air tonight. I was asking you, did David Haye really rock Nikolai Valuev? But you had a private discussion. You reckon he did? What did he say?
Well, I had a great view of it. It was about a metre away from me. And I almost flinched because I thought he was coming through the ropes. But a lot of people said, oh, was he off balance? And I've seen more than 20 fights from Nikolai. And he told me afterwards, no, he got him. And he recovered quickly, but he's a massive guy. He's much bigger than Wladimir and Vitaly Klitschko. But that's the power that David brings. And I think tomorrow night, he's going to get in those angles, and he gets into a position where he knows where to release the punch. David also has the timing, when to throw the punch. And that's going to be, for me, the decisive play.
Valuev's not as good as Klitschko.
No, but he does. What will happen for me tomorrow night is that he's going to find the range. And that's, I mean, Vladimir's box against Eddie Chambers, a very fast guy. And he gets into range, but the timing of when to throw that punch, I think that's the difference between an Eddie Chambers and a David Haye.
I've got to bring Dave Caldwell in here, because you can tell us how David is right now. You've been with him not so long ago. How did he feel it the weigh-in went from his perspective?
Everything about the weigh-in was just absolutely phenomenal. I think from a British point of view, when he came out through that curtain and he heard all the reception he got with the crowd, that lifts you as a fighter. You know, you're fighting in the other guy's hometown, and you come out, and it's like being back home in Birmingham in London. You know, he must have thought that. You know, the reception was fantastic.
We're running out of time. Roberts, you're David's American promoter. How much are you offering him to take him over to the States? And is he biting?
He has to, but we got to get through tomorrow. Vladimir's a great champion. He's very tough, but we're very confident in what David's going to do. He's going to bring back that energy. He's going to bring back what the heavyweight division's been missing for a long time. And then we'll talk. We'll sit down with.
Think you'll get him over there? Really seriously? I mean, how serious do you think he's about retiring?
I think he's serious. If he says something, and he said he's going to beat Wladimir, now I know he's serious. He says he's going to retire. That's where we have to come in and say, please, America needs to get a taste of David Haye and the Haymaker.
Okay, great stuff, guys. I'm just noticing there's not too much of a queue at the bar, so I'm going to nip down and get another round in, and we'll see you back again here after the break.